Yes, another weekend and welcome to Sportsjet. We are on again for some analysis of all the games and matches happening across the world over the weekend. Remember yesterday at the King Power Stadium, yes, in England, Arsenal went and then beat Leicester City by 2-0 in the EPL. Burnley and the Liverpool dropping points. Man City also dropping points here and there. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, after some weeks of pressure, beat Tottenham Hotspur by 3-0. Recovering from that embarrassing 5-0 defeat to Liverpool last weekend. So today we've got a lot more covered on the show. We'll be bringing you analysis in that particular game. And also, when you go to Italy, you have Roma playing AC Milan. Roma are in some fine form. We'll be looking at that game with the help of Emmanuel Bruce, who is also seated here. We'll come home and we are excited about it because the Ghana Premier League, or the football season in Ghana, has been launched, and as for that matter, the Ghana Premier League is on. 2 games down already. Last Friday, Accra Lions and Elimina Sharks battled it to a 1-1 draw. And then yesterday, at the Accra Sports Stadium, Kumasi Asante Kotoko came from a goal down to win Dreams FC by 3-1. This and many more today matches coming up. We have it on the show, and we'll be giving you the latest updates on that. Hearts of Oak will also be taking on Legon Cities at 3 p.m. Yes, few minutes to kick off in that particular game. We'll be giving you more on that. My name, Bright Jr., and to help in the analysis is Emmanuel Bruce, who is seated ever ready. Pretty soon you'll be hearing from him as well. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook on CAYWISE-TV. The handle is CAYWISE-TV on Facebook. Like, comment, and share across all platforms. We'll have time and then read all your comments for you before we leave here. By 3 p.m., we should end the show. My name, Bright Jr. So let's start showing you some fixtures in the English Premier League. Let's start showing you some fixtures over the weekend. As we saw earlier, that Arsenal beat Leicester City by 2-0. So it will be showing on your screen. Burnley sat home and then beat Brentford by 3-1. Liverpool dropped points and then they drew 2-2 with Brighton after that emphatic win over Manchester United last weekend. Man City also surprisingly lost to Crystal Palace by 2-0. And you wonder, I know investors will have their heads shaking because it meant a lot to them, that particular loss to loss of Manchester City to Crystal Palace. And Newcastle also lost to ever flying high Chelsea. By virtue of the drop of Man City and then Liverpool, Chelsea now top the table. They beat Newcastle by 3-1 to nothing. I beg your pardon. Watford also lost to Southampton, and then Tottenham Hotspur. Review of this game is in focus. Tottenham Hotspur lost at home to Manchester United by 3-0. In other results, we'll be sharing in the screen. But let me welcome Yuma to the studio. Yuma, welcome, and thanks for joining.
Thank you very much. Another great weekend, and to our cherished viewers and people out there for having another weekend of game and then analysis. In fact, the weekend was, yesterday was up and down, and I was somewhere looking at result and watching some matches, realized that there were a whole lot of things that was going up in both teams, their homes and etc. But all the same, I know investors were very much worried, and we hope for the best, but you should know that most often when teams are prepared for Champions League, we normally have these things happening. Some will have to race or bench their key players down so that they will be able to have some fitness of match for the next, that is the Champions League ahead, God willing, that is next week.
Yeah.
So this result that flew in yesterday from across the world was not much surprise to that is some of us who are into the game.
Okay, so that is the opening remarks from Emmanuel Bruce. He's so fantastic. Now we go to Germany to see some fixtures. Arminia Bielefeld, yes, lost to Mainz 05. Leverkusen also lost at home to Wolfsburg, and Dortmund also won 2-0 to FC Cologne. Freiburg also won 3-1 to newcomers Grutterfeld. So Ima, let's look at the game that involved Chelsea and Newcastle before we even come to Liverpool, and then their game against Brighton. Chelsea seem to be in control now. We'll be talking about Arsenal, but let's look at that. You look at the 3 goals unanswered. I mean, Thomas Tuchel, I mean, for now, he's settled. How did you see the game?
Yeah, a great game by the Blues. That is, Stamford Bridge was flying. That the color was blue.
Yes, like for now they are unplayable.
You know, yesterday there was something amazing while the game was ongoing. Before Chelsea began, had their first opener.
Yeah.
Liverpool was leading. Immediately there was equalizer. Then Chelsea also had their goal.
Wow.
So it was 2-2. That is between Liverpool and Brighton. But when Chelsea had their goal, they also, at least, they will be updated as much is going on. So they have to put in effort to win that game. And they did their best. In fact, because there was Lukaku and Timo Werner missing in the game. But yes, still, they were able to use the boys to pull that 3 goals.
I mean, Reece James, a right back,
Yes.
Defender, getting 2 goals.
Yes,
fantastic.
That is what I was saying, that there were no strikers in the game, so they had to rely on the midfielders to do those things. And there was no much surprise, because when you look at the game clearly, that is the first half, there was nothing like a goal, 0-0. And so that is the second half, when Brighton equalized Liverpool's second goal. Then Chelsea had their goal, and I realized, I think there was signal. They were signal that when you win this game, you go 3 points clear ahead of Liverpool, and they did their best.
And so as we speak, by virtue of their win and then the drop of Liverpool and Man City, they are sitting on top of the table with 25 points.
Secured. But this year, the Premier League is not going to be just a walkover, because Liverpool has not given up. City, despite yesterday the dramatic loss at the Etihad Stadium, I know they will be back, because I think Chelsea have some games at hand. You're supposed to play City.
Yes.
So there are a lot of matches that are supposed to go on. So they cannot say they are safe. 3 points. There are seasons whereby bigger teams, or that is City and Liverpool and etc., they were leading with 8 points, and then they drop all this. So 3 points, it doesn't give you a clear head, but 3 points is just giving you a comfortable lead, so that you can just keep, if they can keep that pace for the first round, then big ups to them. But I don't see whether they can keep it, because Liverpool is on fire. Yesterday, just 1 or 2 fly back. That is why I'm saying that when the teams are being prepared for, or they are preparing for Champions League, most of the players or the coaches, what they do is they after getting their head on, that is with goals, they try to redraw their key players, or just try to take the rest of the game in a normal. And that was what happened to Liverpool yesterday. Brighton coming to equalize the goal, but Chelsea, they did a very fantastic job.
That's fantastic. So now another game, that is the game at the King Power Stadium, where Leicester City lost to Arsenal. Now, what is the magic that Arteta has discovered? Because he's the same manager who has gone under intense pressure. At a point, the faithfuls of Arsenal, the Gunners, were to, like, he must go. But after losing 5-0 to City, Arteta has gone 9 games, including yesterday's game, unbeaten, 7 wins and 2 draws. What is the magic now? Fantastic.
He now knows, Arteta, what he knows, or what he has now got in his head is, these are my players, or these are the young boys I have. I think he has to promote some players from the Arsenal Academy, the under-23, like the Emil guy who Smith, the guy who got their goal. That guy has played about, that is in the last 10 matches, scored 5 goals. Phenomenal. and then you are having Martin Odegaard. And there is something revolving in the ball or the world of football. I think teams performing now, those teams that are performing are teams that are using youngsters. So I'm not surprised with Arsenal, because after the 5-0 defeat to
City,
that was 28 August.
Yes.
More than mental.
Yeah, they've won nine solid games.
Yes, because even scoring Tottenham was not an easy match. They have done very, very well, and they are now on top of their game.
Yes, and they sit at the same point with Manchester United.
Yes, this time
17.
Yes, this time, and Arteta is in for business, unlike the previous years when we have Arsene Wenger, who was not much focused on the game. I don't know, but Arteta
getting to the latter days of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, because I mean, what he did for Arsenal, we can't downplay it.
Yeah, what I have to speak clearly of is Arteta is in for trophies. He's in. He loves game, and he's a footballer, so he could speak the football language with the young boys or the boys who are playing it. That is why, and when you look at the boys he's using, Martin Odegaard, Partey, and they are all phenomenal. Well, the average years you can have is 28. All of them playing ball very, very much. And I know their next game they are going to win. They'll win.
Yeah, because actually they are gathering some confidence.
Yes.
I was telling you that this is supposed to be the performance of Arsenal in the Premier League, because we've seen Arsenal who have gone full season unbeaten.
Yeah.
So if something they have done before,
they can do it.
They can do it.
They can do it.
They can do it.
And the boys, when you see how they play, they are determined. They go in for goals.
I mean, Bukayo Saka that lad is fantastic.
So they go in for goal. I even love this boy very much. This Real Madrid, Martin Odegaard. And I don't know why Madrid left that guy just free to go. The guy controls the midfield very, very nice. Yesterday I had to start from the bench because Arteta went in for a different game plan, and then the King Power Stadium was shut down by the first half, and they all realized what the Gunners are in for. The missiles that were thrown to them was very heavy, and I have to give big ups to the keeper. Fantastic save.
I mean, after the game, he was named the king of the match.
Because Schmeichel,
Peter Schmeichel.
Yes,
the greatest.
More than years, and this is the greatest ever save. In fact, that save.
It was so fantastic. I don't know if MCL can give a pictures of that particular save. I mean,
the save was fantastic.
It was out of the world.
If you try, you are breaking your spinal cord and a whole lot of things. But he was on top. He did very well to take off that ball out of the post.
So talking about Arsenal, we have our own interest in it because of Thomas Partey. If Partey is performing well, we expect him to translate that into our national team. Now, Partey during the international break got 2 goals in our international assignment against South Africa and then Ethiopia, and it's like from there he's continuing with this one at Arsenal. He seemed to be bossing the midfield. I think it's good for him.
Very good, and we need it at
the national team.
The national team. It's very important. That is what I was saying. When he went to Arsenal, people didn't want him to go to Arsenal because
from Atletico Madrid.
Yes, from Atletico Madrid. But like Arsenal is a trophyless team that doesn't win trophy, and we are leaving a team which play Champions League consistent and going to a team which does not play Champions League consistent. People were all ambassadors, but I think he was focusing on building a career at Arsenal. And someone will say he went in for money, but I didn't see that is not the money picture that I'm saying. This is what he wants, and that is the picture we are seeing, having enough playing time to display his talents. And I know one day, gradually, if Arsenal picks up, he maintains, but there will be years to come, or some 1 or 2 years, if he's not winning trophies, bigger teams will have to buy him with a bigger price.
Yeah, so that is by way of the game Arsenal won at King Power Stadium They won by 2-0 with Leicester City. Now, let's shift our attention to that biggest game. Before this particular game, two managers were under serious pressure. You talk of Nuno Espirito Santo of Tottenham Hotspur after moving from Wolverhampton Wanderers last season during the summer. He joins Tottenham, and it seems like the problems of Spurs continue even at the time when they sacked Pochettino. The opposite number was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who has previous weekend lost 5-0 resoundingly to Liverpool. The pressure was on him. I mean, is it before you even come in, was that a perfect response from Ole?
Yeah, he needed that win, because that was the only thing that could save him off his job, because
he's not even saved entirely.
Yes, because there's fans, the board, most of the people that's all those are investing into that is Manchester United, they want him out to leave. But you know, he was saved by one man too. The
former boss, Alex Ferguson, and then Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, they saved him. So big ups. But he needed this win. And going into this game, I knew the boys will have to win.
Certainly.
Yes, and they won the match. And you know, on any day, when teams are losing, Ronaldo, you don't expect him to not walk away with it. He will get his goal for you. Even against Liverpool, you got a goal, but the goal was ruled out.
Yeah.
You can't take it out. He's the goal maestro.
Yeah. So, by virtue of that particular game, some pressure has been released off Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
But he has to do that magic, or he has to win that against Atalanta.
Exactly.
That is coming this week. Because if he doesn't, I think the pressure will be mounted, because he needs that to save his job. Always Ole has got his status wrong in some way, but I think this time around, because of the fire that was back onto him after the Liverpool game, he's putting down. I think he's going to change some tactics. And yes, because if you are playing a match, you have your key player like Ronaldo, you don't take him out of the game. Even if you are losing, he's a danger. When he stands in front of the defenders, or the defenders don't go. So taking him out, you have relieved the defenders.
Yes,
because he did that against young boys, and then they lost. Ronaldo in the game puts pressure on the defenders. So I think this time around, he's going to get his status right on it, because that is what can save him. Upside that, nothing is going to save him of his job, because people want him out. And at least the forward, that is Cristiano, Cavani, and Rashford, getting the goal for him was the perfect thing he made.
Okay, so we are still on here with Sportsjet on CAYWISE-TV. You're streaming live on Facebook and also at that platform as well. Go leave your comments there, we'll read them for you before we leave here. We are still doing previews and reviews of matches in over the weekend across Europe. We'll come home soon, but before we come, Jima, you look at the game. I think this particular game will be around 7:45 Ghana time in Italy. You have Roma, who'll be battling AC Milan. I mean, Jose Mourinho, AC Milan. Roma are in some fine form as far as home performance is concerned.
Yeah, Roma have they've worked with 15 matches, home matches unbeaten.
Yeah.
15. So, and one thing is, you are going against the almighty Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yes, and having that man in a game, he's a threat, a very big threat. You know, but this is a deadly match, or a very deep crash. AC Milan needs a win. Roma also needs a win.
Okay.
And there is one thing I could say of this match. AC Milan will be hosting FC Porto.
In the Champions League.
And if you look at AC Milan form in the Champions League, it's abysmal. 3 matches, 0 points, lose against Liverpool, lose against Atletico Madrid in their own home, and then Porto away. So coming back to home, that is Giuseppe Meazza.
Yeah.
I think this match, if we don't see some key players starting, I won't be surprised, because looking at the Champions League table, the group that AC Milan fall in, we have Liverpool with 9 points, Atletico Madrid with a 4 point, Porto with 4 points. So telling you, if AC Milan could win their Champions League game against Porto, it will put them in a competition or in the race for them to secure a qualification for the next stage of the Champions League, or if not possible, a third place which will qualify them to the Europa League. So going in this match, they have also unbeaten form, that is in the Serie A, they are unbeaten. I think the best thing they can have in this game is a draw for AC Milan. They can go in for a draw. That is what I see in the game. A draw will be good for AC Milan, because they need a title, and I know they can win, but I won't be surprised with a draw. But most of them, and mind you, Roma to will be hosting Bodo Glimt. Yes, in the return league. So
that is the team that trashed.
But
so
both coaches, or let's say both teams, are under pressure. So but AC Milan, if they drop players, some key players, then they are dropping them because of the Champions League, which is a must win against Porto. And then when they do that, it is going to have an effect on the players. That is a game, or maybe they will just have a draw. But I see AC Milan winning this match or giving it a draw.
Right, so we are still on. In Spain, after the sacking of coach Ronald Koeman, Barcelona brought in a caretaker. We know they are actually preparing to bring in Xavi from Assad. But in first game, ended 1-1. So Barcelona faithfuls and fans, you actually have to have time for yourself, okay? Everything will be all right if Xavi comes. You look at the lineup, I mean, the 1-1 deserves to win. And even for me, for Luke de Jong to sit out the entire 90 minutes without playing is an improvement in the management, because that guy has nothing doing in Barcelona.
I tell you.
And then Real Madrid also won, right? Madrid won, and Vinicius is in some scintillating form.
When you look at Real Madrid game against Elche,
yes,
it was a win. The only thing I got disappointed with Real Madrid was conceding a goal when Elche had one man down, which was not supposed to be so. But the most important thing is, someone say that 3 points is what is needed for the match, and they did that. Now Madrid had formerly Benzema being on top of the game, scoring the goals, doing all the work. Now we have this boy picking up, and Zidane, I'm a Madrid fan and I had issues with Zidane, because Vinicius Jr. has been under your care for about 3 years, and this boy could dribble from one end to the other end and still miss a whole opportunity.
He was just wasteful up front.
Yes, but now against Shakhtar Donetsk, he did a magic. And then Osasuna, he played well, but I think the selfish spirit entered him. But he did well yesterday, getting in, that is the 2 goal. Even it could have been 3rd goal. Mariano Diaz had a chance, and he should have laid the ball off to Eden Hazard to bury that chance, but couldn't do that. And he came under critics that he should have laid that ball to Eden Hazard to bury the 3rd goal. But there's this thing I'm worried about, that is Eden Hazard, because over the weekday, that was yesterday, on Friday, I saw a message from Ancelotti, which was like trying to mean he doesn't have a plan for him in his team. but I don't know. He said he could wait for future or see, because he's not part of his game plans. So I'm not surprised he always come off the bench.
Wow.
But Hazard has a great talent.
So it's like Hazard has made a wrong move, because at the point where he was moving from Chelsea to Real Madrid, I mean, you know, this term that they use, it's a Galactico signing.
Yeah, he loved Madrid. Madrid was in his vein, and he wanted to go there. And you know, the problem is putting on the 7 jersey was a problem. When Ronaldo left, he was supposed to carry the team, but we are not getting his expectation.
If Ronaldo is leaving behind 7 jersey, no, United struggled to replace. Nani came through, he couldn't. A lot of guys passed through, they couldn't fit in the gap.
And there was this problem too when he came to Spain. The injuries were too much, so it has dropped. That is the efficiency, how he plays very well. But let's hope and let's see Ancelotti you often he gets some 20-30 minutes, which can prove, because Ancelotti love young boys, and the young boys are doing the job for him. Rodrigo, Asensio, Vinicius, and then they have their killer man himself, which is Karim Benzema. Yes, this weekend
Benzema too is
he was reserved because they will be playing home with Shakhtar Donetsk
in the Champions League.
So he had to bench him for that. And then Barcelona, you know, I saw this when Koeman was sacked. The problem was not over. I knew it. The problem of Barcelona goes above.
Tell them they are watching from Spain.
It goes above coach, and I don't think sacking Koeman would have solved the problem. Though Koeman had practiced wrong, playing some players. His
game management was a problem.
That is a square peg in a round hole. That was a problem. In fact, he was getting wrong.
He was getting it wrong. Week in, week out. His was too much kind of problem.
So on a certain, I didn't see, even if you change the coach, the problem still persists. What the problem of Barcelona was, they have relied too much on Messi. Now the magician is gone. Messi was Barcelona. Barcelona was Messi. So Messi absence is causing that factor. You don't have a player who is shooting, creating the chance. Memphis Depay is living that, but I don't see him doing it. You cannot carry that.
I mean, Memphis is clearly getting back to default setting. When he came, he was doing marvelously well, but things are just resetting into its normal state.
Messi was Barca, so until you get someone, it's just like when Ronaldo left Real Madrid. The spirit was down. So it's the same thing, and this is the season Messi left. So they have to cope. It is not a coach. Barca could get back to a top, but you can get Barca back to. It could take like 3, 4, 5 years to build that.
All right, so that is Yima there. Yimano Bruce, he's so fantastic. That is by way of wrapping up reviews and previews of European games. Yima is watching. Pepra Kofi Jr. is watching live on Facebook. Boss, thanks for watching, and we acknowledge your comments. I'm watching live, maniga. Okay, now we'll be shifting our attention to come home. Particularly, I'm excited about it because football season is launched here. The 2021-2022 league season is launched, and for that matter, the Ghana Premier League is underway, seriously underway. Last Friday, we got the first game involving Accra Lions and then Elimina Sharks, and yesterday Kotoko away to Dreams in Accra. Dreams have got their venues revoked by the club licensing until certain conditions are met. They will be playing in their adopted grounds, that is Accra Sports Stadium. Before we get into that, over the week, the Ghana Football Association launched the season, and we're taking time, a few minutes, to look at the prize money on this. But before we do that, I'm recommending to you Educational Development Agency. We are here to help you if you want to study abroad, okay? If you're in Ghana and you want to study anywhere across the world, come to us. We will help you to actually achieve your educational targets. If you are in outside Ghana and you want to study here in Ghana, all the universities, all the public and private institutions, we are here for you. So for tertiary admission, career counseling, entrance examination tutorials, and many more, anything concerning your studies, anything that will enhance you to achieve your educational goals, then Educational Development Agency is here. We are open to everybody at all. Call us for more inquiries for all that I've said about it on 050-798-5073, 050-798-5073, or call the hotline on 0302-444-771. So this is Sportsjet. Call them. They are proud sponsors for this particular show. Call them and then do business with them. Actually, you want to better your education. The league is launched. Now let's talk about the prize money. The winner of the Premier League is taking 250,000 Ghana cedis. I mean, way below what is supposed to be given to the winner. The runner-up is taking 150, and then the third is taking 80,000. Before we come to the games itself, I mean, is it okay? Is it okay? What is the problem? Is it okay?
You know, the problem of the Ghana Premier League, I always say, has been a work for some years and years to come. The problem is we have club owners putting in much more money. They put in much more money, put more money into the game, but the truth is they are not getting enough, because what they get in, that is when they win the league, cannot even cater for their expenses.
Okay.
250,000 Ghana cedis. It's a small money, because if you look at other countries spending millions of dollars and euros on league.
You talk of the Botola League in Morocco. You talk of the Egyptian League. One player alone is being sold at $1.5 million, $6 million, and all that. 250,000. So it means one player in the Botola League or in Egyptian League is bigger than the whole Ghana Premier League.
That is what I'm saying, because 250,000 is well, then how much are they going to even pay the players? Because the expenses players make, the transportation, that is accommodation, all these things, medical bills and etc. When there are fines, they have to pay with their money. Then I win a league, you give me 250,000 cedis. It's small. They can do better. They have to do better, because and then. Talking of the third and the second runner-up and then the first
nothing. They are taking it for absolutely nothing.
80,000. No, it's small.
So you see, in essence, what it means is, if you are finishing below third, it means you are not going home with anything.
Yes.
Look at the model English. The English Premiership is.
It's La Liga and
etc. Yes, position by position. You have what you take. Even if you are the last person in the league, you have something to take. So I mean, there are these models that we need to study, then we inculcate it into our system.
That is what I'm saying. I think Ketokriku should be up on his game and find something doing, because 250,000. Land Cruiser is even expensive than the price of a Land Cruiser.
Exactly.
It's more than 250,000. So meaning, even if you have to give a player 250,000, you cannot even buy a Land Cruiser. Like something like that. I mean, a club bus, the buses they use, the coach, the bus that is talking of this big. Some of them are more than 250,000. So giving that money to club after winning a whole title, playing about 30-something matches, they go through stress, the fatigue, then 250,000. How much are they going to spend for it?
So basically, it's an operation. For me, I see it as operational cost. Because
small.
If imagine Hassan Kotoko,
yes,
one trip alone,
that is
one away to honor one away game.
It's very small.
So basically,
you have like great Olympics travel from here to Tamale. Look at that cost, the distance and
accommodation. They'll be paying staff, salaries, and
it's too much. The money it's small.
I don't know.
Something should be done about it.
I mean, the GFA secretary was saying that they actually do not want to have necessary as title sponsor, but if the category sponsors too are not coming, the clubs are worrying. Somebody told me that, why am I crying more than the bereaved? The clubs are not talking. So
because I think they have already channeled their grievances. If you call any club owner live now, they will tell you the amount they spend is even more than this.
Right.
You have that is your squad 32 or about some team about 34. You are paying all these players. You pay your staff, doctors, and etc. And 250,000. How much would it fetch?
Right. So it's something to worry about, and we are hoping for the best for the Ghana football, so that the leaders or the handlers of the Premier League, they'll get something for the clubs. Now let's shift our attention to the season. The season has commenced, and then last Friday, Sharks drew 1-1 to Accra Lions. They are newcomers to the league. They just qualified from the Division 1. I don't know whether you had it. You had a chance to watch that particular game. We have some few highlights on that game. Michel Sapon is on loan. He's a Hearts of Oak player, and he got a goal for Sharks in the 64th minute. I don't know whether you watch it. Are you excited about it before we look at
as for the Sharks, I would say they did very well. They showed their game, traveling from all the way from the central region to get a draw. It's okay. It's Accra Lions that I'm disappointed in. They should have buried the game and then go ahead by winning. But you look at the game, even Sharks, they got the goal before Accra Lions equalizing the goal. So that was a big slap.
Yes,
they were fortunate they had that equalizer because around 81st minute.
And then the scorer for Accra Lions, Rauf Salifu.
Yes.
He scored 21 goals in the Division 1 league. So he can score. You give him that pocket space of chance, he will score you.
Yeah, he should have scored more than one. Because yesterday, that is the game they played against her. They shouldn't have even drew. They should have.
It was a game that is supposed to.
Yes, they should have won the game.
But of course, you need not to also overlook the blunders from the two goalkeepers.
That is.
Are they fumbling with the tempo ball?
The pitch is even a problem. That is one thing.
Okay, right. Let's shift our attention. Yesterday at the Accra Sports Stadium Dreams played Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and before the game, Dreams have played Kotoko in their last two meetings. They've not won anything. The last encounter, Kotoko won by 3-1. So that scoreline repeated. After getting the opener through the Black Stars boy Fatau Ishahaku, in the last 6 minutes of the game, Kotoko overturned it and turns it around for their own favor.
Yeah, Dreams, they thought they have won because they should ask Diego Simone what happened to him. Yes, what happened to him in the Champions League against Madrid. You just a goal up and then you have just like 5 minutes and then the players, they were just lagging. And you are playing against Almighty Kotoko, not any other team. And they have to show you the way forward. So they came back very strong, and big ups to the Kotoko boys, Richmond and Co.
Richmond Lamte,
debut at least getting his first that is Premier League game for Kotoko, getting a goal. They did it fantastic. They scored 3 just within a space of 5 minutes. I think in the history of Ghana Premier League, I've not yet seen anything like this, and to do it is also sending a warning sign to other teams who are in the Premier League that when you have one goal doesn't mean you have ended or you have won your game successfully. There is a comeback which can overturn your result.
Okay, so that's great. That's great. So 3 goals in the last 6 minutes forced Kumasi Asante to overturn that 3-1. Three go down to win by 3-0. We are ending soon and very soon. But other games are coming up. Has playing Dreams FC and other matches as well. Your take on this? Has City. Yes, at 3 p.m. I mean, this game in some 10 minutes the game should kick off. You look at Hearts of Oak after being trolled on social media here and there by some section of Kumasi and Kotobo fans for that unwanted 6-1 loss to WAC last weekend. I mean, do they have that mental toughness to face Legon Cities? They are also a stubborn side. And what makes it interesting is that the coach at the helm of Legon City has always dominated Accra Hearts of Oak in his days with Asante. But I'm talking about Maso Kunudu. Hearts of Oak has never ever beaten him. Maso Coach Samobodu do the magic over him this afternoon?
Yes, he can do that. That is over the weekend, last weekend. I told you right here that I don't think they can. Scoring 1 goal against WAC doesn't mean you have won your game, because 1-0 is not a game that you can walk over and just jubilate. And in fact, the performance against WAC, I learned immediately after they had to apologize to their fans for that 6-0, because I think they were beaten, whipped. Against Legon City.
They were destroyed.
Yes, against Legon City. This time around, with that impressive record by Maso Kunedu, I think I see still Has winning. Has can win their game, and that is what I have to say. If not a win, then we can have a draw for that game. But the players are still there. They brought some new players, and they can still win the game.
All right. So this is Sportsjet. The name is Bright Junior. Before we leave here, I mean, I can see you are wearing something America.
Yes, Afro-Me America top. In fact, this shirt it's an NGO. And I know that is originated or formed from that is in America by some a friend of mine, Lucian Robinson and Toya. I know they are watching me live, and in Ghana I co-chair the NGO for them and do a lot of things.
This one, you are doing proper advertising.
We are into charity and sponsoring. So I know they are watching because as on online, I saw someone sending me message, and Toya, I've received your message. So this shirt was designed by a friend of mine who has a nice studio and it's located at Tabura Junction. That is LFM Production.
Right here in Accra.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
I'll give you time to talk about
that's a lot of things.
Yes. I'll give you time to the next time. I think we are pressed for time. So, Yuma, thanks so much for joining for today. I mean, I appreciate your time. Those of you that leave your message on Facebook, we appreciate it a lot. Thanks for watching. We are back same time next week at 2 p.m. Kudos to Wise putting together all this production. He's the man. He's the man. Anything you saw online today, anything, production, everything switching. It's fine. Allow me to function. Okay, he's the one behind it. We are back same time next week, but until then, be good.